This is a summary of The City of God by Augustine, Book 1, Argument 18. Of the violence which may be done to the body by another's lust, while the mind remains inviolate. In context to the physical and sexual violation during Rome's fall, Augustine questioned whether one, a victim, can lose their purity. Augustine disagrees that victims of the most atrocious violence could lose their purity because purity resides in the soul. It is embedded in the psyche, the mind, and thus any violation to the body is external to purity because purity is a product of conscience, of freedom to choose the good above and over the lustful, the carnal, and the violent. Basically, victims do not lose their purity when violated because these things are outside of their control. Their sanctity and salvation is not jeopardized because they are not in the wrong in this specific matter. Bodily sanctity is not just found in keeping one celibate and virgin until they find their right partner, but to also pursue the good and maintain bodily health, for the body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. For those concerned that virginity is tied with the hymen or its destruction, we must remember victims of violence or victims of surgical accidents do not lose bodily sanctity nor purity, for again, purity and sanctity are tied up with the soul and free choice. The actions of others are outside one's purity, period. Augustine says, "And thus, so long as the soul keeps the firmness of purpose, which sanctifies even the body, the violence done by another's lust makes no impression on this bodily sanctity, which is preserved intact by one's own persistent countenance." Basically, bodily sanctity is born out of the spirit and one's will. The sanctity of the body is lost only when the sanctity of the soul is violated. Thus, victims have no cause to put themselves to death because their purity was not violated, and must remember injustice was done to them, not the other way around. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you. Bye-bye.